Alright, so I'm working here with Sammy, and he has his prong collar on. We've done the pressure and release work a little bit. Sammy is a little bit of a fearful dog, meaning even things like pine cones out of place or balloons or any of that kind of stuff that's not normal to him can be a little surprising. So I wanted to show this to my rescue friends about how to do a correction. So remember, the goal about a correction is we need to know the dog clearly understands the command we've asked. And we say that it takes about an average of 30 repetitions to actually learn something, and more like 100 repetitions for them to really gain clarity and understanding of what it is we want. So we don't issue any corrections until we know they understand what we're asking for them. Otherwise, we're just trying to force them into something versus get them to think about something based on a reminder of that correction. So corrections don't have to be big. In this state of mind out here where there's not a lot going on, corrections would not have to be big. Corrections may have to match the level of distraction or the level of intensity of your dog. And if the dog's being aggressive, then yeah, the correction's going to be a whole lot different. So think of snap and release. You want to make sure that the collar is loose to begin with, because if you start here, you start with all this tension, then you're going to have to basically hoist to get any sort of correction versus a snap and release. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to try to block the correction first. So imagine we have a very short dog down there under my foot, or that he's wearing this leash this low. You want to basically release all the tension and then go pop, pop. So it's pop and release, pop and release. So the correction for sit would be straight up. The correction for down is to go down under his chin. The corrections for heel, oh look, little pressure and release action here. He's ignoring it. The correction for heel is forward, back, or side, depending on the way the dog needs to move to come into me. No, good. Good. All right, let's see if we can ask for a sit here. Sammy, you're not helpful right now. No. So this is one of the first times he's going to have a correction ever. Sammy, sit. No, sit. Good. Good boy. When you start issuing corrections, you want to make sure that when you do praise, it's bigger than the correction itself. I save my big praise for when they get it right. And I'll usually mark with good, that's better, something a little less, no, sit, no, sit, a little less valuable in terms of praise if I've had to give a correction. But we have to offset the corrections by letting them know how to get it right. The idea is they turn off the corrections, that they figure out, oh, I can prevent that correction from happening by just doing the right thing. Okay, heel. No, heel. So anytime you see me saying no, it's because I'm trying to give a little pop on the collar to keep him in the right position. Sit. No, sit. No, sit. No, no, sit. Good. Heel. No, heel. No, heel. Good. No, heel. Now that jump you see out of him is his fearful nature, which is really the reason he's with me at all, is because he's so nervous about things. And his nervousness has gotten him in trouble by making him snap and get A little fear aggression going on. Sit. No. Sit. No. Sit. So you see what I'm trying to do with the snap and release. Never ever want to lift or toe, as I call it. You never want to keep constant tension here, and you never want to correct from here. So if I've already got this much tension on it, I can't pop the collar. I can only hoist the dog, and that's not what I'm trying to do. So if you're going to correct a dog that's really pulling, you almost have to give in and then pop from there. The closer you hold your hand to the buckle of the collar, the easier it is to get wrist action, elbow action if you need it. If you're holding way out here on a 5-foot leash, I don't know if I can hold that far enough for you to see, but then I got to hoist from the shoulder, right? So that's going to not be an effective correction. I want to be much closer. No, sit. You should be sitting. No, sit. Better. Want to be much closer to the collar. So if you've got a longer leash, like a 6-foot leash, fold it in half when you start your training. And don't move to a long line, except for doing the pressure and release work that we talked about, the recall work that we talked about. And then when you start doing really heel and sit, you need to shore up on your leash and get closer to that buckle. So hope this is helpful. I'm going to continue working with Sam here, and let me know if you have any questions. Sammy? Okay. Good boy. Good. Good boy.